Before I go on to give you an overview of the syllabus, it's important to say that what we go through in the next couple of minutes is relevant to the April and the July 2010 exams. Any changes after that will keep you informed. But this syllabus areas, there are 7 syllabus areas for the JO1. The areas you could be tested on are the basic structure of the tax system and self-assessment, how income tax is applied to different types of income, how national insurance contributions apply to employed and self-employed income, the application of capital gains tax to personal gains, the tax treatment of different kinds of investments, inheritance tax, and the impact of a person's residence and domicility on the payment of UK tax. Now, it's important to say that the examiners will be looking for the application of your knowledge. So you need to have the right knowledge, and that means covering all of the syllabus areas. So the examiner will focus not only on a couple of the areas, they will look at all of the syllabus areas in one way or another throughout the questions that are asked. Now, they're not looking for your ability to be creative in your answers, they're looking for the right answers, and they prefer bullets type answers. So the fewer words with the right answers, the better. They are not looking for you to have absolutely fantastic handwriting, only handwriting that they can read, it's legible. And really that's the key things that they're looking for. Everyone has their different style of learning. And if you don't know what your preferred style of learning is, that the system has a questionnaire. And if you answer that questionnaire, it will come back and it will give you your preferred style of learning. So it's a good place to start. But we will give overall tips, really, and these are relevant whatever your learning style is. So start off with studying. As I said before, study the whole of the syllabus. And there's 7 areas. So create yourself a study plan. And be realistic about the time and the availability that you have to study. And it's a bit like eating an elephant. You can't eat an elephant all in one go. So break it down into bite-sized chunks and stick to your study plan. That's key, really. Another study tip is some people like to form mnemonics. So if they've got a number of things to remember, then they will pick the starting letter of each of those and create a word out of that to remember. Another way that people find useful for studying is to read the chapter, close the book, and then write down as many things as they can remember, then go through the chapter again to see what they've missed. With the JO1 examination, it's definitely calculations. Now, if you've read any of the past papers and the examiner's feedback, you will see that calculations is mentioned on a number of occasions. And it's not the simple calculations, because a lot of people will get full marks on those, but it's the more detailed calculations. And remember, when you're answering a calculation question, so you're calculating the tax on a particular circumstance, show all of your workings and all of the breakdown of those areas so to get to the last answer, because you may very well get marks for the relevant sections of that calculation, even though you don't get the right answer at the end. So, break down those calculations, show how that is calculated, will be my key tip. People run out of time. So look at the question and how many marks are allocated to that question. So if you've got 4 marks for that particular question, you know that you can't spend 20 minutes answering that question because it's not relative. Read all the questions before you attempt to answer any of the questions, because it may be that questions further down the paper will give you a prompt, or in fact even the answer to previous questions. So read all of the questions, then identify the questions that you can answer, and you know you can answer them well, because that will maximise your score And it will also give you confidence to go on and answer the rest of the paper. It's preparation. You know, it's the old adage, if you fail to prepare, prepare to fail.